Jamie, why are we here today?
Well, we're gathered here at Hampden for the Supporters Direct Scotland Summit to discuss greater supporter involvement in Scottish football, which is of course something that the Scottish Government takes a keen interest in. Through the Community Empowerment Act that we passed last year in Parliament, we have put in place a provision to try and ensure greater supporter involvement in Scottish football, and that's something we're consulting on right now. The consultation closes very shortly, and I'm hoping lots of supporters have taken the opportunity to take part and let us know what they think.
Now, you're a football fan as well as a politician, so how important is it from your perspective to have fans involved as much as they can be in their club?
Well, I suppose when you're involved in the political process, you're involved in the process of democracy, and I think there is a lot to be said for trying to slightly democratise Scottish football more. I know there's been a lot of work undertaken in that regard through the SFA. They've just established their SFA Congress recently, and I know that Supporters Direct Scotland are involved in that. They're a member of that, and supporters can be involved in that way. And I think the same goes for our clubs as well. We know that football clubs are the cornerstone of their communities, so that being said, I think it's important that people in those communities can feel they have a greater stake in them and a greater involvement in them.
What is the Scottish Government trying to do with the consultation that we have at the moment?
Well, what we've legislated for is the provision to allow us to put in place a statutory instrument, legislation through the Act that was passed, the Community Empowerment Act, which allows for greater support involvement in a number of ways. We've not predetermined how that should be done, and because we've not predetermined it, we're in listening mode, so that's why we've engaged in that consultation to hear what people have to say.
The consultation period closes in the middle of January. What happens after that?
Well, once the consultation's closed, it's then incumbent on us as a government to analyse what has been said. I don't know how long that will take. We want to do it as quickly as possible, but of course, hopefully we've had a lot of responses, and it'll take us a while to analyse all of them, get through all of those and see what people have had to say. Once we've done that, my commitment then is to go back and engage with the football authorities and critically football supporters to say, this is what the consultation has told us, now what do we do going forward, what should we do to ensure we have a mechanism which allows football supporters to be greater involved in their football clubs.
What do you see your role as a government is in this whole process?
Well, clearly having passed that legislation in terms of the consultation, we are here to facilitate that consultation. It's an open process. I don't have anything set in my mind as to what will come out at the other end, so right now we are essentially facilitating the consultation and listening to what people have to say.
You're a football fan as well as a politician. Do you get a chance to see much football?
I don't get a chance to see as much football as I used to, sadly, particularly this season. As a Partick Thistle fan, they're going well, so hopefully I've not jinxed that. Hopefully they'll continue to do well. I fancy a wee run in the Cup, and hopefully maybe coming back here in May at Hampden and watching a team in red and yellow lifting the Cup.
Jamie, thank you very much.
Pleasure.